Hey everyone, welcome back to What the Fintech, your Fintech Feel Good show. Just a quick intro before we start this episode. I did this interview with Takeshi Nagasawa back in April. He is the CEO of Fintech of Mercari Group, and this interview was quite eye-opening for me. So I just hope that you will enjoy listening it. See you. I'm Medhy from What the Fintech, and I'm very glad to be here today. I'm joined by Takeshi Nagasawa, CEO of Fintech for Mercari Group, the force behind Merpay in Japan's leading mobile payment platforms, and Mercoin, one of the most important and fastest growing crypto exchanges in the country. So thank you very much for being with me today.
Thank you for inviting me.
It's a great pleasure for me. I did some research before, and I was very impressed by your background.
Thank you.
Maybe before we start, can you introduce yourself a bit? Where are you from? What have you done before? And what bring you to this job?
Oh, okay. So my name is Takeshi. I'm from Japan. I started my career at a telecom carrier, and I worked there for 7 years. And then I did MBA in the US, and then I joined Amazon. So that's where I started working on a consumer product. And then I moved to Bitflyer, which is the largest crypto exchange in Japan. So that was the time I would say I joined the fintech world. At the time, it was like 2018. And I was really interested in blockchain technology and also Bitcoin itself. And I joined the largest crypto exchange in Japan. And they are expanding to global. So I thought it would be really great opportunity. And then I joined Merpay about 4 years ago, mainly focusing on product development and also growth of the business.
Okay, very interesting. Just before we go into to the different aspect of the business, Merpay is like a wallet, like similar to what are doing, like for example, Line Wallet and Rakuten, or is very different?
Yeah, it's a mobile wallet.
Okay.
And that has the payment method, the multiple payment method. So you have the wallet and you have money there. You can use it via QR code payment, via physical card, via some general payment method in Japan. Yeah.
Very interesting.
Yep.
I was doing some research before meeting you, and I saw like Mercari is kind of digital marketplace in Japan, right?
Right.
So it's kind of similar to Rakuten, or it's very different from it?
It's very different because it's a C2C marketplace. So Rakuten is B2C, right?
Yeah.
So sellers are mainly business users, whereas in Mercari, C2C, so the sellers are consumers, individuals. So that's the point of the how Merpay starts. At Mercari, millions of sellers are sell their product and they got money and they have some money on their wallet. So before having Merpay, they can use the balance money on Mercari, or they need to withdraw the money to banks. So by providing Merpay, they now start using it in the external merchant like a convenience store, supermarket. So that's where like a Merpay had started.
Just the last question on the Mercari. It's like people are selling everything they want. So for example, like all clothes, video games, cars.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So all the things.
Okay.
All
very
the
good.
physical goods. Yes.
Okay. So just to understand a bit more, what inspires the leap from the marketplace? Because for example, in France, we have like different marketplace, but we don't have the payment system like Merpay and Mercoin there. What was the trigger there? What was the leap of faith that you did from there?
I see. So the Mercari's mission is to circulate all forms of value to unleash all the potential in all people. So that circulate part is very important. So our founder really liked the idea of the C2C marketplace because someone's don't want to use this product, but the other side, someone wants to buy it, right? So that's the idea. And the reason why we started doing the fintech business is, they have money on their wallet, and why don't we enable them to use it outside of the app? So that's how it started. And also for Mercoin, it's pretty much same. So now customers can pay buy at Mercari and pay in the convenience store, supermarket, and why don't we allow them to have crypto by exchanging the money on their wallet? So that is how we started the fintech business.
And if we still speak about like the marketplace, it's an ecosystem basically, right?
Yes.
So how this marketplace ecosystems can create a unique advantage for you when you create fintech product?
Oh, so the marketplace side.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So if you want to build, let's say, QR code payment product from zero, your customer needs to deposit from your bank. So you need to do KYC, you need to deposit, and then now you can use it outside the physical shops, right? But the starting point is the different at Mercari. Yeah. So again, millions of sellers, they have money on their wallet, so they just need to try something, spend outside, physical shops.
So when you have like all the KYC done and you have also like the reinvent of the payments done, it's easier for you to create new product and release them because you have the scale directly after, right?
Yes, right, yeah.
Oh, this is quite interesting.
Yeah.
If you take a look on the fintech CEO role for Mercari Groups that you are doing right now,
Yep.
what was your first priority when you came there, and what challenge surprised you the most?
Yeah, so Merpay started about 7 years ago. Since then, we focus on the Mercari app's UX integration, so our customers can use very smoothly inside the Mercari app. So most of the Mercari customers use Merpay inside Mercari. But the first priority about a year ago when I became CEO was how do we want customers to use the Merpay outside of the app? It's possible. It's for customers, they can use it, but there are many competitors outside the app. Yeah. So what we did there was issuing the credit card, using their balance and also using their credit. So by releasing credit card about 2 years ago, our outside app spend increased really a lot, and our credit card business is growing really fast. We issued about 4 million credit card already in 2 years, which is I would say fastest growing pace in Japan's credit card product. So I think that was the kind of first priority and challenge, and we try to solve that. Yeah.
Well, it's quite impressive. 4 million credit card in 2 years is like maybe more than some banks already now.
Yeah. Yes. So in terms of number of issued cards, yes.
So you just mentioned like Merpay now is used across millions of physical and online location in Japan. What makes it more just than another like mobile wallet or credit card?
Yeah. So so the first one is, I would say, uniqueness of the Mercari is C2C marketplace. So in addition to that kind of the experience, I would say integrated UX of the like flexibility of the payment. So we provide balance payment. Also, customers can charge from banks, and also we provide a deferred payment. It's like a BNPL product, and also we provide install payment, revolving payment. So we provided those kind of the kind of complicated payment method, but we provided that in one app and in a very easy way. So customers love our product experience. So that is, I would say, one kind of differentiator compared to our competitors in Japan.
Quite interesting. Yeah. When I was doing my research, I saw some interesting fact about like Merpay Smart Money, one of your features.
Yep.
So from my understanding, this helped to do financial inclusion. Is it correct?
Yes, right.
So if I'm well understood, you can correct me if I'm wrong. So you use transaction data to offer access to credit, especially to underserved users. Is it correct?
Yes. So Merpay Smart Money is a lending product, and the way how we approach about the credit business is kind of unique. So in Japan, there are some credit bureau. So many lending companies get the data from the credit bureau, and they score it based on mainly only using that data. But on top of that, Mercari knows how customers behave when they sell something with them, they buy something, and then we know the transaction data, and also we have some evaluation data of the sellers and the buyers. So we leverage those data and we give some kind of original credit to the users. So if a customer have, let's say, a kind of lower credit bureau's score, but if they are done a good transactions history at Mercari, we give additional credit. So that is something what we're doing,
Quite
in
interesting.
the business.
So you're leveraging on data.
Yes.
Very interesting. Also, so like you do also a few other features, right? Deferred payment, flexible credit, loyalty points. It's quite interesting because like banks try to do also like those kind of loyalty points or other features, but sometimes they have difficulties to do it. So you have created the full ecosystems there. So how do you maintain user trust and financial responsibility at scales when you have millions of users?
Yes, so that's a good question. So as I said, so those payment method is convenient, but sometimes for many people it's kind of complicated, right? So what we do is we try to be easy to use and understandable. It's easy to understand. That is something we care about. So that's one kind of a product principle for us. So if I were the customer and if I don't know much about this payment method, so what would be the best way to introduce that? And if in this situation, how customer would think. And so that is something we discuss a lot, and we provide the integrated UX and easy to use and easy to understand. So I would say that kind of approach is working for us to build trust while providing that kind of complicated product.
I have an extra question. Based on our discussion here, do you have like some like demographics or data information you can share with us? Are users mostly in cities, or are they like mostly like new generation?
No, I see. Yeah, so Mercari is a mobile app product, and that it released about 10 years ago. And from then, our main user is, I would say 60% is a female.
Okay.
Yeah. And at the time, 20 to 30. So now it's like 30 to 40.
Okay.
So that's the demographic data. And for areas, we don't think there is any like bias about the region. Yeah, but in general, it's kind of skewed to kind of female.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
And do you know why it's female?
Yeah, it's because I think so my hypothesis is like many female started having kids like 30 or 40, and if kids grows, so there are some goods that they can't use, right? So they started selling it. That's a starting point. Yeah,
I'm right at that place.
Really?
I just got a kid like 7 months ago, and
nice.
we purchase and we sell as well. It's totally true.
Yeah.
It's a good assumption here.
Yeah.
I have a last question for this part on Merpay, and then we can go further on Mercoin.
Yep.
My last question would be like, do you see Merpay evolving further into a full neobank, or staying focused really on embedded and lifestyle finance?
Yeah, so we have considered a lot about going to the banking business or even security companies area. But based on our current analysis, in Japan at least, it costs to some extent. And whereas the competition is very hard. So for now, we haven't decided to go into that space. But in future, if there is any kind of a change regarding the entering a cost reduction, or if we see some new potential, we would consider.
It resonates with me. So I live in Hong Kong, and a few years ago we had that virtual bank license, and I think in terms of like the cost to acquire new customers is quite high.
Yeah.
One or two of these virtual banks did very well at the very beginning with some promotion and giving away money by referrals and fees. But the condition to get that license, you need to have like 30 million USD in capital at the beginning, and you need to have your office based in Hong Kong operation. So it takes more than just like it takes a lot to get that license. So I think it's similar to for Singapore, Japan.
Yeah.
Okay, interesting. Thank you for all the context here. It's quite, great for me to understand where you came from. But when you introduced yourself, you mentioned you came from the crypto exchange world at the very beginning, right?
Right.
So since you joined Mercari, you had Merpay, and now you have Mercoin. And this become quickly, from what I got, the most registered crypto exchange in Japan, right?
Right.
What problem were you solving that others didn't do to get like so many users coming to your
Yeah.
crypto exchange?
So because I worked at the crypto exchange, I kind of know what is the main difference. So the main difference is, so if you want to acquire a customer, the customer needs to do KYC, and then they need to deposit money,
Yes.
and then start buying it. So that's the process all the crypto exchange other than us need to do. At Mercoin, we leveraged our Mercari's customer base. So Mercari has a 1 trillion JPY in GMV, so which is $7 billion US dollars in GMV, and also 17 million KYC to customers. So that is a very big advantage. So in Japan, that was our first challenge, but we talked to our regulators to make sure that we can use that eKYC data of Mercari and Merpay to open account at Mercoin. And so maybe you will be surprised about the experience. If you go to Mercari and if you are KYC to customer, you just need to click 2 buttons to open an account.
Yeah.
So that's how we changed the kind of the number of the accounts. So and in 1 year we opened 3 million accounts.
Wow.
And we are number 1 right now. And another thing is deposit. So in a usual crypto exchange, you need to get to the deposit. It's kind of cumbersome, right? But at Mercari, we have some points, loyalty points, and also we have balance that is earned by selling some products. And we can just say, hey, why don't we change the 1% of your loyalty points to exchange to the, let's say, Bitcoin. So that is something that we do. And also we do some promotions. And that's how we kind of leverage our ecosystem at Mercari.
Oh,
Yeah.
quite interesting. Like you leverage on the full ecosystem that you have created.
Yes.
Very good. Another question is, most of the people, from my understanding, buying crypto, do it for investment purpose. So my question would be, do you see Mercoin purely as an investment platforms, or do you see like this as a part of a larger vision for digital assets in daily life?
So our vision is latter one. So again, our mission is circulate all forms of value to unleash all the people, to unleash the people. So so circulate value means not only physical goods. So we believe a digital asset could be circulated more. So we started from the crypto exchange and let them have actual crypto, but also we started NFT marketplace. We tried this about some years ago, but we closed it. And this March, so last month, actually we released kind of a beta version of new NFT marketplace, where customers can buy NFT outside Mercari. So we aggregated the information from, let's say, OpenSea or some other NFT marketplace, and the customers don't need to make their own wallet. Mercari are buying NFTs instead of the customers. And we're doing the custody business there. So that is something that we just started. And we want to combine the crypto 3 million crypto users and some new like a digital marketplace customers. So that is the vision for us. Yeah.
Quite interesting.
Yeah.
Any kind of NFT. It can be like NFT on Ethereum, on like Solana or other platforms.
So we're currently only dealing with the Ethereum one. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Most of the projects are there, right? Okay, I just want to come back to one of the points you mentioned just before. You spoke about the loyalty programs and how you leverage on it. And from my research, I was looking at growing interest on tokenized loyalty and payments. So I understand like you can see Mercari points on the platforms and you can transfer them to what you mentioned just before, like crypto, right? So do you see Mercari points evolving to something more like blockchain based in the future?
Yeah, so that's been discussed again for some years. And so for now, we don't see Yeah, there are some beneficial points, but it also costs, right? For now, because Mercari points is just used within Mercari, and Mercari points just issued by Mercari, so it's like an internal ecosystem point. So we don't need to change it to the blockchain base for now.
Okay.
Yeah, but in future, if you want to, let's say, build some ecosystem outside Mercari, so that like other players can issue Mercari points, or other players can use Mercari points, then we may change it to the blockchain base. Yeah. But for now, it's not. No.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just want to ask a question in terms of product. You have like a great product knowledge. So when you look at the key things that you need to build trust in crypto for the mainstream Japanese consumer, what are they? Those key things.
Oh, so can you say that
Yeah,
question
yeah.
again?
So what are the key things you need to create trust in crypto for the mainstream Japanese consumers?
Oh, I see. Yeah, so I think it's not easy to when we explain what this is and what that means. And so our approach is more casual. So so why don't we try having a crypto? So that's the approach we took. So opening an account is very easy, and exchanging from loyalty point balance, it's easy, and also there is very small amount. So let's try to have it and see how it goes. And actually, when the price of the Bitcoin or Ethereum increasing, customers kind of engaged more on the our platform. So I think first let them have, and then moving the price, right? And then they started having interest what this is. So I think that is the I think most very important thing for many of the kind of newbie for the crypto.
Interesting. I think like a lot of companies try to get to this point at this moment. Okay, quite interesting. So we really speak about like Japan right now, right? And Japan is often seen as a very careful country when it comes to fintech regulation. How do you balance innovation, that everything you are doing, and compliance in Japan, basically?
I see. Yeah. So before becoming the CEO, I was not really engaged with our regulators. But after becoming CEO, I started talking to them, and I understand that they are really open to build a kind of innovative product, innovative experiences in Japan. So what I would say regarding this like a balance is first talk to Japanese FSA. So we keep communicating with them and have a good relationship. So one example is, as I said, that eKYC approach was something new in Japan. So in law, it's kind of vague, right? So we need to talk to JFSN if it's okay and if it meets the requirement. And there are many discussions. And finally, we reached at the point. Yeah, it be compliant, but be very smooth and a good experience for the customers. So I think, yeah, we are be careful, but they are also open to try something new. So yeah, having good relationship is a pretty important between us and.
So you can have a good influence in the regulation for the coming years.
Yeah. So they also want to listen to what we think about the regulations. Yeah.
Oh, very interesting.
Yeah.
And do you see some opportunities to take Mercari's fintech products, especially Mercoin and Merpay, just beyond, because we spoke about Japan a lot, but beyond Japan, like for example into Southeast Asia or other markets?
Yes, I see much opportunities here in Southeast Asia. I came to this conference last year, and I understand there are so many fintech business opportunity here. The overall Japan is a good country, but the growth rate is still kind of like a several percentage, like 1 to 2 or 2 or 3 or that kind of percentage. But in these countries around this area, the growth rate is much higher, right? And also, so when I talk to the startups in Southeast Asia or companies, their expectation is pretty high. So they grow like I would say like 50%, but that's a normal thing for like many of the new business, right? So I feel like there is a big opportunity. So that's why I came here and I tried to build a relationship and look for some opportunities. Yeah.
Okay, very interesting. So you spoke about partnerships. Generally, fintech need to have like a important partnership, like for example with banks. We also spoke about regulators just before.
Yep.
And you just spoke about like startups, right? So sometimes tech players also come into the ecosystems. So how this is important for you to when you create your ecosystem scales for innovations to partner with banks, with fintech, with regulators and startup.
I see. Yeah, it's pretty important. We built a partnership with when we run business in Japan as well, the banks and let's say the payment gateways and credit card brands. So I believe it's pretty important to build a partnership. And for if you want to talk about the global expansion, that's definitely we need to partner with some like big players. We have some assets. Let's say that we have ability to build a good product, and also we know like how to grow the business in like a C2C marketplace space or fintech space, but we don't have the kind of the, let's say, a license here, right? So if we want to expand the business in this kind of new area, we will definitely need some partnership with local players.
Very good.
Yeah.
Can I ask you a funny question?
Yeah.
So I went to Japan recently again. I think it was a few months ago, and I was in Ueno and Shibuya.
Okay.
And every time I go to, for example, Tokyo or other places, I'm sometimes shocked that there's still cash needed, and they don't take credit cards or wallet. But you work on this kind of industry where everything is digital for you. How do you see this? Because Japan sometimes is like the country we show on TV and documentaries saying like it's the most advanced place in the world in terms of technology adoptions, but sometimes as well, it's very traditional the way that they operate for payment.